This segment of CoastLife is sponsored by Custom Fit 360.
Whether you're looking to get back into shape, whether you're someone that goes to the gym pretty regularly, it's not just about lifting the weights, it's not just about going on a walk, going on a run, a HIIT exercise. There's also a lot to be worried about when it comes to your blood sugar, how that plays into a workout. And to talk about that a little bit today, we've brought in the gang from Custom Fit 360. We've got David Blake, General Manager. And David, let's talk about how you guys focus a little bit on that so that somebody that is coming in, whether they're just getting back into it or even if they've been doing it for a long time, they're doing the right things for their body so that these workouts are having the best effect. And when you talk blood sugar, not having a big crash or having something detrimental happen along the way.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that can happen with blood sugar, from hypo and hyperglycemia to type 1 and type 2 diabetes. So we want to make sure that's the first thing we do is we do a health assessment. We discuss things that are going on in your life. We want to have as much information as possible so that way when we are presented with something like that, and it could have been a concern of theirs, coming in and saying, oh, I have this issue. Every time I exercise, it just seems like I just get overly fatigued, dizzy, I get these cold sweats, and their blood sugar might be bottoming out because exercise can help lower that blood sugar. So if they're unaware of that, having something prior to exercise or having something ready when they're exercising can really help them with that.
Now we talk Custom Fit 360, it's 360 degrees.
Correct.
This is part of that.
Yes.
So once you've sort of figured out what's going on with each individual, then you start crafting a workout plan. How does this process go? Say if I just come in, let you know, okay, maybe I'm diabetic or maybe I've got a blood sugar thing. How do we move forward?
Yeah, so we definitely want to develop a program that is going to be best for that individual, looking at how that cardiovascular portion of the programming is going to affect them all the way to that resistance training. We also do nutritional coaching, and that's where like having something prior to that workout, what are they getting in? You know, a light carb, some protein in there, even in the post-workout as well, so that way they're able to sustain and continue an even keel blood sugar that's going to help them through the rest of the day, but also is going to effectively, over time, help sustain it and potentially lower that blood sugar as well, especially for those that are dealing with the type 2 diabetes.
And is this something that's just a little bit different for every individual? There's no one size fits all here?
Yeah, I actually have one client, she is type 2 diabetic, and she has found that eating a starchy carb prior to exercise, so avoiding the breads and the rices and the pastas, but having those sweet potatoes, those rustic potatoes, they've actually really helped her sustain a high level of intensity through her workout. And that was just through a little bit of trial and error. Even like the whole grain stuff wasn't working wonderfully for her, but she did find that she was able to maintain an even blood sugar and intensity level with those starchy carbs.
And I think it's easier when you're working with somebody to kind of go through that process. Okay, this didn't work. What else can we try? Let's kind of keep a record of what did better, what did worse.
And that's it, keeping a record, and having that expert, and it's the same thing with programming. We did 10 pounds this week. Next week we're going to try for 12 to 15 pounds. Whether it's successful or not, it's all more information for us to continue that progress and that progression through our health and wellness journey.
That's where having somebody that's going through the process with you makes such a big difference, because it's so easy to forget kind of your own week. I do it all the time. We'll be like, what did I do 3 days ago? But if you've been tracking it with somebody like you guys do, then it makes it a bit easier to kind of have a good view, a 360 degree view of what's going on.
Yes.
So if somebody wants to come in, if they want to start this kind of journey, how do they do that?
Yeah, so we have our 2 locations, one here in Lewis, and then our second location's in Millville. And you can go reach us at www.customfit360de.com, and we'll have both of those locations up there. You'll be able to inquire and reach out to the appropriate location for you, and that's the best way to get in touch with us.
Now, is this something, this kind of stuff, do you put everybody through these questionnaires, or is this something you want to come and ask about? How does that part work?
So we do want to encourage everyone, and we do take everyone through this. Whether you don't have any pre-existing health concerns or issues, we still want to know that, so that way we know, like, okay, where are we starting? Are we starting on level 1, 2, 3? It really doesn't matter, but it's your level. So we even have some people coming in that are just stuck at their 200-pound bench and they want to increase it to 250, but they've been stuck there for 2 years. So they want to increase that, so they come in and request that kind of help and get that programming so that they're progressing.
Well, thank you for coming in today. We
Thanks for having
really
me.
appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're at home, if you're in the middle of your workout journey, and like David just said, maybe you're stuck, you've kind of plateaued, you need a little bit more help, this is a great opportunity over at Custom Fit 360. And again, if you're somebody worried about maybe your blood sugar, I really like what you guys do, how you kind of chart this, track this, and help people really get to the goals they're trying to get to.
Yeah.
All right, well, we are going to take a break, ladies and gentlemen. There is more Coast Life coming up right after this. We've got a little funny, a little ha-ha. It's your joke jar next.